Morning, I'm out here in the Bighorn Mountain Wilderness area, and I'm going to stop for a minute and talk about an anime. Paprika. Paprika is a modern sci-fi anime feature-length film released in North America by Sony Pictures. If you are lucky, you may have caught Paprika in a theater, in selected cities, as they say. It's the latest anime from director Satoshi Kon. In fact, in Paprika, there's a scene where one of the characters visits the Tokyo Theater District and passes marquees for Kon's Perfect Blue, Millennium Actress, and Tokyo Godfathers. Like several of those other films, Paprika uses the animation to blur the borders between the real and the unreal. In this case, the unreal is dreams. I'm going to tread lightly here to avoid spoiling anything beyond the first 3 minutes of the movie, but if you want to be perfectly safe and explore every surprise for yourself, I suggest you just take my word for it that this is a terrific film and go watch Paprika now.
One ticket, please.
Some researchers have invented a new device called the DC Mini that allows a psychotherapist to view and record a patient's dreams and even enter into them and direct them. The device hasn't been approved for actual real-world use yet, but somewhere out there, there's a psychotherapist named Paprika who's using it on selected patients already. Is there such a thing as a rogue dream psychotherapist? One of Paprika's patients is Police Inspector Konokawa.
Everyone is startled the first time they try it. This little device is called the DC Mini. It's the scientific key that allows us to open the door to our dreams.
The researchers behind the DC Mini have a new and very big non-technical problem. These researchers include Dr. Tokita, an extremely overweight and very geeky, immature boy genius behind the device.
I created it, but you're the one who decides how it's used, Ah-chan.
And research psychiatrist Dr. Atsuko.
Please don't call me Ah-chan.
And Dr. Shima. Their DC Mini is still experimental, and now they have to tell the chairman the bad news. A DC Mini prototype has been stolen from the lab, and because it's a prototype, it lacks the safety features that would have been built in to prevent its abuse.
It is the responsibility of man to control science and technology.
Initial suspicion falls on one of Dr. Tokita's geeky friends, Himuro. But whoever has it, they've started to use the device to invade the dreams of the researchers who've used the DC Mini. The basic plot involves the search to retrieve the missing DC Mini and to expose the thief. That's going to require excursions back into the dream world, and some of the researchers are even going to have to find ways to escape from their own dreams. Naturally, this is going to involve Paprika and Police Detective Konokawa, as well as the researchers and the perpetrator. It's the crossover between the reality and the world of dreams that makes Paprika so fascinating. The movie loves to play tricks with the visuals. The basic premise of Paprika reminded me a bit of an old Roger Zelazny novel, He Who Shapes, and also of movies such as Dreamscape and Brainstorm. Does anyone remember an old anime series called Dream Hunter Rem? Well, here we have Dream Hunter Paprika. The difference between virtual reality and the dream reality is a little vague to me. In fact, in Paprika, there's even an internet crossover portal between virtual reality and the dream world. I have no idea how that works, but Paprika does. The site doesn't work as well for me as it does for Detective Konokawa, however. If you've seen some of Satoshi Kon's earlier films, you may have found Millennium Actress or Perfect Blue a little too serious. Paprika is a little more fun than those are. For sci-fi plotting and imaginative visual effects, I'm going to give Paprika the full 5 stars. I loved watching it, and I recommend you do too.
It's the greatest showtime!
Much as I enjoy Megumi Hayashibara's voice, the English dub that Sony has provided with this release isn't too bad, and it does free up your eyes to concentrate on the visual feast on the screen, so I could watch it either way. Finding the names of the English voice actors shouldn't have been as daunting a task as it was. Shouldn't those names have been on the DVD somewhere? Despite the lack of English voice credits on the DVD, there are a lot of extras there. There are interviews with the Japanese voice cast, including Megumi Hayashibara, subtitled of course, and there's a director's commentary track with subtitles that you can even read as you're listening to the English dub. Paprika contains nudity and dream violence. There's a torture scene in one of the dream sequences that really creeped me out. Thanks for listening.